The featured artist of the week is My Eternal Stand. The band joins me in studio. Jason on bass guitar, Andy on guitar, Ryan, vocalist, Brady on lead drums, and Rob on guitar. Welcome, my friends, to another edition of the WJJO Local Stage, brought to you by Megatone Studios. Your ears will smile. Visit megatonestudios.com. Verno's Tattoo, your story told on your skin through arts. In Segredo, your local music destination every Wednesday night is Segredo's, 624 University Avenue in Madison. Before 10 o'clock, we will get your club and concert calendar. Also, your Megatone Studios band spotlight. Each week, I'll play a song that was recorded at Megatone Studios. A different band, a different song each week. And just to kind of give you a taste of the great work that Paul and the crew does over at Megatone Studios. And there will also be a Megatone Studios giveaway each week as well, so stick around for that. And speaking of Megatone Studios, there's a band that is joining me in studio that just got done recording at Megatone Studios. My Eternal Stand. Good evening, gentlemen.
What's up, Kurt?
Hey, what's going on?
Good to have you here. Jason, bass guitarist, Andy, guitarist, Ryan, singer, Brady on lead drums. He told me to say that, and Rob on guitar. It's good to have you guys here.
Good to be here. Thanks for having us.
The featured artist of the week, so we'll play some of the new tracks that you recorded at Megatone Studios, and we'll chat about all the stuff that's going on in the world of My Eternal Stand. I know you guys got a lot of stuff going on, so we've got a lot of stuff to get to, not a lot of time to do it, so let's get things rolling. This is Faces for Radio. Name of the song is All I Have, and it's nowhere but the JJO Local Stage. Madison Solid Rock, 94.1 JJO Magic 7 with Time Under Righteous Demand here on the JJO Local Stage. In studio this evening, My Eternal Stand. They are the featured artist of the week. We'll be talking with those guys more in just a little bit. But when I have bands in the studio, I always like to offer, kind of hand the reins over to the band and let them pick some of the tunes. And they wanted to hear Divided. So here's Free on the JJO Local Stage. Madison Solid Rock, 94.1 JJO, Divided with Free here on the JJO Local Stage. Coming up, the featured artist of the week, My Eternal Stand, is in studio, and we'll check out some new tracks from them and chat about the band. Coming up next here on JJO. On guitar, how you guys doing?
Doing great, Kurt.
Great. Good.
Awesome.
It's good to have you here. Get right up on the mic. Don't be afraid.
All right.
I guess start off, just tell us a little bit about the band, how long you guys have been together, and how this project came about.
Well, I guess we've been together about 2 years total. Kind of started with myself, Rob, and Andy. Sorry, this is Ryan. Yeah. And then Brady and Jason filled everything else, and
kind of fell into place. Did you guys know each other from high school, or how did you guys run across each other and get this started?
3 of us knew each other from high school, and then
Jason and I, me being Rob, were in another band back in the day, so I ended up pulling him in once we needed a bass player.
I think all of our old bands from back in high school played together at some point.
Okay.
And just in the local scene, and we kind of knew Rob from that, and kind of hooked up from there.
Perfect.
Jefferson County Fair Battle of the Bands.
That's one of the things Battle of the Bands are good for, is Absolutely. You get to meet a lot of other musicians and network, and you know, it's the music industry is so incestuous. Like, everyone knows each other. Most musicians know each other from playing in bands, and so that's cool. That's kind of how that worked. My Eternal Stand. I always like to kind of find out where bands come up with the name. Where did My Eternal Stand come from? Is there a special meaning behind it?
Yeah, it's kind of standing up for what you believe in, no matter who's telling you you're wrong or how many people are telling you you're wrong. It's just fighting for what you think is right, and never giving up on that. And that's something we try to incorporate into our music.
And yeah, there's definitely a really cool vibe to the band, and that definitely, you hear that sort of independent, stand up for what you believe in vibe that you guys are all about. So you guys just got done recording at Megatone Studios, and they're a sponsor of this program. Kind of talk about your experience there.
It was great. Paul really fit in well with this band and his the personalities, and it was really laid back, and he really took this band to, at least at a recording standpoint, to the next level. And nothing but great things to say about Paul and Megatone. He really
He's
went.
Pretty rad guy. Definitely funny most of the time.
Yeah, and Paul's been around obviously for years. He was in Last Crack, Muzzy Luckton, Magic 7, and one of the things I tell bands is if you go to Megatone Studios, you don't just get an engineer, you get a producer. And Paul is a laid-back guy. He's not going to try to change your band. But as a musician and somebody that's been recorded in a lot of different places, he definitely has a unique ear and a unique understanding of what a band needs to do when they record. And I bet you guys can back me up on that.
Oh, absolutely.
He does work as a producer and says, hey, why don't you try doing this way? Or he doesn't want to change the band. He just wants to make you guys... I think you walk out of there, out of that situation, really kind of feeling like an improved band.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, and on top of that, I mean, if you want the best cooked frozen pizza you ever had, definitely go in.
Paul can cook up a tombstone like nobody's business.
One thing I really liked was, he was in Last Crack, which was very successful. They toured all over Europe and whatnot. He was willing to share some of those stories from the road and his experiences being in a band of such success. So it was really cool to kind of talk to him about that and see what that's
to get
like.
some advice, on what to do and what not to do. The music industry is not all fun and games. It's a chew you up and spit you out business. To get that sort of information and those stories from somebody like Paul is, that's...
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool. So what about the actual recording studios? I've been in there. It's a great place, but what did you think of the actual studios?
I really liked it. It was really a laid-back atmosphere. Creative and welcoming atmosphere, and it was actually kind of two studios in one. You do your recording and then you're mixing in another studio, so you get some variety. You feel like you're in a different place all the time, I guess. But
and I think a lot of musicians are nervous about going into a studio because you are spending money. You kind of feel the time crunch a little bit, but Megatone doesn't worry so much about the time. They want to make sure that the product is good. And it is a laid-back environment. And it is possible to record your band yourself with all of the equipment that's out there. But I guarantee you guys can say, that's easier said than done.
Absolutely.
And,
we tried that. And
it
did not go well.
Not successful.
There is something to be said about the equipment at a place like Megatone and just having somebody like Paul that can go, he knows what he's doing.
Knows his stuff,
And, if you're not a producer, it's one thing to be a musician, it's another thing to have that ear to record somebody and to record a band. So, and it is a really laid-back atmosphere. And it's not intimidating at all.
No, not by any means.
Let's get to some music here. You recorded 3 new tracks at Megatone Studios. 2 new tracks.
One's an old song.
Okay, and this is one of the songs that you recorded at Megatone, right?
No.
All right.
Screw
this all up.
This is a song we recorded probably 2 years ago now.
Okay.
In the forest, off our very first EP.
All right, well, let's check it out. This is My Eternal Stand. Name of the song is Burning Bridges here on the JJO local stage. There we go.
You got the right song.
That's the right one.
Madison Solid Rock 94.1 JJO. That was the featured artist of the week, My Eternal Stand, with obviously their cover of Scorpions' Rock You Like a Hurricane. And that one was actually recorded at Megatone Studios. That sounded great.
Yeah, it does. We're really happy with how that turned out.
Very cool. I was not expecting that breakdown about 3/4 of the way into the song. That kind of came out of left field. Very cool cover. What made you guys want to do a cover of a Scorpion song?
Other than being the best band ever.
I
Well,
love
of
this
course,
one.
that goes without saying.
I'm all about it. And
Definitely got a soft spot for some 80s metal.
Yeah.
so true.
It's such an iconic song to begin with. It's something when you play it live, everyone knows it instantly. That's a pretty epic riff in the beginning.
Absolutely.
Everyone knows it, and it's always a fan favorite. They
Good
never like.
response.
They never like our music.
They never like our
Someone
songs, but that one
They come to see you for your cover of Rock You Like a Hurricane. So, speaking of influences, what other bands were you guys influenced by?
I don't know. I mean, I'd probably say Pantera. I
hear
like
that.
all that just wanky kind of guitar stuff. Same with like Lamb of God. They have some fantastic guitar pieces, and other than that, I mean,
Kind of the same vibe, and I would definitely would have said Pantera because of the vibe of the vocals as well, and the content and what the lyrics say kind of has a Pantera vibe to it. So Pantera, Scorpions. That's anybody else? You said Lamb of God, which I can hear those influences too.
I mean, I think Slipknot, and for me, like Killswitch Engage. I just love the combination of the screaming and singing. Obviously, I just love having that dynamic involved in
Man, I love you have a really good range as a vocalist. I mean, from the growls and the screams to the kind of 80s hair metal stuff that you did on Rock You Like a Hurricane. Very cool.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Very cool.
He's into musicals.
Musicals, yeah?
He's in them. He's an actor.
Big Phantom of the Opera fan.
Yeah, one of my favorites ever.
Yeah. So let's talk about, you do have a show coming up. Where's that going to be at?
It's May 19th at the Miramar Theater in Milwaukee. It's actually a Battle of the Bands, excuse me.
Battle of the Band. We're fighting ourselves.
We're going to win that for sure.
We're going to win that battle. Okay, it's Battle of the Bands at the Miramar Theater.
It's the second round. The first round we were fortunate enough to win and advance to the second round, and now
Well, it's actually the finals.
the final rounds, yeah. We take on other bands that won from the first round.
So this is the last one of the finals. How many other bands are you guys up against?
6 or 7 maybe.
Okay.
I think.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And that's from statewide, from all across the state?
Statewide, I think, yeah.
And then what's the, what happens if you win? What's the prize?
A helicopter comes down, picks us up, and we're off to superstardom.
Yeah, perfect. That's a big deal.
No, you win some studio time in Milwaukee, and I think you win $500.
Okay.
So
Cool. $500.
I like both.
$500.
yeah.
That's a lot of beer.
How many shows do you guys play on average a year?
Well, we just started last year, kind of getting into playing. We spent a lot of time writing and recording. So I don't know. We played maybe a dozen or so last year. One so far this year.
And if people want to keep track, keep up to date on My Eternal Stand, what are the websites?
You can go to myeternalstand.com. That'll take you right to our Facebook, and you can go ahead and click like and follow everything the band does. We try to keep it updated pretty much on a daily basis, I would say. Just what the band's up to, posting new pictures and videos. And
Yeah, we all have access to it, so randomly we'll get just totally obscene things posted from somebody. But we never know who does it, because it's not like there's a name.
So myeternalstand.com takes people right to your Facebook page. You're on Twitter. I'm pretty sure it's just at myeternalstand, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that's easy enough. And the show at the Miramar Theater is coming up on
May 19th.
May 19th.
You can get tickets from us if you want it. Just email us.
Okay. Perfect. Well, let's get to another track. This was another song that you recorded at Megatone Studios. And I believe, what are we on? Or track 1? Is
Track
that
1.
Correct.
And the name of this tune is?
We Are the Defiant.
We Are the Defiant. It's brand new music from My Eternal Stand here on the JJO local stage. Wait a second. That's number 2. That was Rock You Like a Hurricane.
See, nobody likes our other songs.
See, even I'm stuck on the Scorpions. Okay, here we go. We Are the Defiants for My Eternal Stand here on the JJO local stage. It's like, that sounds kind of sounds like the Scorpions lick.
You guys' music all really sounds the same.
We only have one song. We just name it different things.
Yes.
This is definitely got
Madison's Solid Rock 94.1 JJO. That was My Eternal Stand with We Are the Defiant. You can check them out on their website. If you go to myeternalstand.com, it'll take you directly to their Facebook page. You guys are up 3 fans, so that's good.
Hell yeah.
Success. Let's get them up at least another 20 or 30 fans. You guys can do that.
Just gotta click like.
Yeah, it's not that hard. Just click like, and you can come back later and unlike if you want.
Yeah,
but it would make them feel really good if we can get them up 20, 30 fans. So
It's Sunday night. I know everyone's on Facebook right now. Just do it.
just do it.
Let's get over there.
MyEternalStand.com. They're also on Twitter at MyEternalStand. And as long as if you follow My Eternal Stand, follow the local stage as well at JJO local stage. And once again, let's kind of recap things. You have a Battle of the Bands finals that you're playing in Milwaukee on May 19th at the Miramar Theater. What else is going on? That's kind of the big thing. People should come out and support.
Yep.
Just been writing a lot of new songs lately. Past couple weeks, probably punched out the majority of almost 3 or 4 new songs. So
Yeah, hopefully
We'll be seeing Paul
summertime
shortly
we'll
again.
be back at Megatone and heading into summer having another EP.
Very cool. And Brady, you've been so talkative over there today. He was saying off the air that he's scared to talk because he's scared that he'll something will drop out of his mouth that shouldn't drop out of his mouth. It was great to have you guys here. Jason, Andy, Ryan, Brady, and Rob from myeternalstand.com and from My Eternal Stand, not myeternalstand.com. But definitely go to that website and like their Facebook page. So thanks for coming in, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's awesome.
All right, we'll be right back here on the JJO local stage.